I don't look focused. Focus. They could see. This is what I'm talking about. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Koya in Koya's corner. I came with that on the spot. What is it, bro? I've been reading this book, and when I tell y'all, it's been so good. Well, I have not been reading it. I'm done with it, and when I tell y'all, it's like the best. I would. It's one of the best for me. I mean, it's Cyberpunk. All right, all right. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I want to cut to the chase. All right, it's Cyberpunk. The this right here, Cyberpunk. The hopefully you see it. Hold on, let me a second. Hold up, hold up. Oh my god. Okay. This right here. Cyberpunk the Omnibus Volume 1. When I tell y'all, this is one of the this is one of the best futuristic books I've read. If you have played the game Cyberpunk or watched the TV show, and if you haven't, you should definitely do it. It is an amazing experience overall. But if you have played the game or watched the TV show, it's still like if you want to read the book, it is a totally different experience. We're not dealing with V. We're not dealing with I forgot the other guy's name from the TV show, but good thing this is not about that. But no, this the story that's in the book, it's three different stories. So if you're bad at keeping like your attention span is like a goldfish, and you've been scrolling through Instagram and TikTok, and you're just so used to getting that stimulation and that dopamine, I would really recommend the book. Like it's nonstop action. Like you're over here on the edge of your seat. I was reading it for like 2 hours. Now you're probably thinking, why were you reading it for 2 hours? I was still getting distracted. Like my phone kept going off. I was like, TikTok, right? No, okay. But but no, it three different stories. Is one is about. I'm gonna just tell you the gist of it, right? The first story is full of it's full of sadness. I'm not gonna lie. It's dealing with guilt and dealing with grief. That's the first story. And if you don't know what like cyberpunk is, it's a great point to just jump into because of the fact that like it is. I wouldn't say. I would say like for me, since I already played the game, it is it's easier for me to know what's going on. But even if you haven't even watched any of those, you still would know what's going on. It's probably gonna be like words that's probably like different, but it's all the same thing. You're like context clues. It's a comic book, right? So if you look around, you're gonna be like, oh wait, I think I could get what that. I think but yeah, like she was a like an ambulance a trauma team, but I call it ambulance because it just makes sense. But yeah, it's like she's dealing with this thing about her team dying within combat, and she has to deal with going back into the field as a as the trauma team without the team that she had previously had, and it is honestly sad. And the ending of it is. I'm not gonna lie, it had me. It had me. I'm not gonna lie. I was smiling. I was low key like it made my heart kind of feel a little bit, right? And then the second story that is dealing with betrayal. All right, so like it talks about this. It talks of two. It's kind of two different stories because one story is about the grandmother and the other one is about the daughter. So if you're like really big on like family, and it makes you ask a question like is how do you know you could trust someone? Like how do you know that the person that you're dealing with or the person that you're like cool with trustworthy, even though they could say it doesn't mean it's true, and it kind of like bridges the gap of like who's right, who's wrong. It's an amazing story. Okay, and then the third story, all right, look, I know I said the first two was good, but this takes the cake. Okay, this takes a cake to a whole different level. I'm eating the cake actually. Okay, the third one is about it is about a guy, and he is a engineer. I'm gonna call him an engineer, but kind of like a IT for brain dancing. And if you don't know what brain dancing is, it is about it's basically virtual reality, but instead of like the virtual reality we know about, just you put on the goggles, then you just like look around, right? You can actually feel it, right? You could feel what they feel. It's kind of like a memory. So it's a memory of like someone that previously, let's say, shot up a a gas station, and the police is like holding them down, so get on the ground. Like you could feel all that. You could feel the adrenaline. You could feel the like the gunshots that hit some. Like you can feel all of these things. So it's not just just regular, just go on the goggles. It's actually you get to feel what they feel, and that is why it's like extremely addictive for because you can feel great things too. It doesn't all have to be bad. You could have a dream that you got your promotion that you wanted. Like it is honestly amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if it was like a thing that we had like now, I would definitely use it just because I would want to see. But I'm over here like scratching, like, oh, where's my next brain dance? Like, so if y'all see me on like the side of the street in 2087, just know, just know I was I needed my fix. But yeah, so it talks about him, and it talks about his like him dealing with the fact that he doesn't like his job. He doesn't like the fact that he is harming people, because these people that are doing the brain dancing aren't just doing it just for just oh, this is just a nice like pastime, like playing the game. No, they're addicted to these things because these are the things that make them feel safe and make them feel I don't like make them feel like they don't feel in reality. And it's kind of like when we talk about gaming, and at least for me, it's like gaming is something that I use to escape. So think about that, but 10 times harder. Like anything that you do, right? It's just like it's elevated eight notches. Okay. Yeah, and he is yeah, like I said, like he's dealing with these things, and he keeps on going to these places, and he's like, I want to make a difference. I want to change, but at the end of the day, he needs his paycheck. And the boss is kind of like angry at him and all that, but like at the end, right, past all that, it takes a deep dive of like the can you change your bad decisions? Like if you have a cycle of making bad decisions, how can you break out of that? How can you become a better person without knowing how to be a better person? And like that is like, at least that's the gist that I got from it. All right, so it is honestly, I'm not here to tell you about the book. I'm just really telling you my opinion. All right. It is an amazing book. And if I might have it on screen or somewhere, I would give this book a 9 out of 10, because I'm going to be honest. The only reason why I would give it a 9 out of 10 is because of the fact that like nothing could be perfect. Okay. But 9 out of 10 is like, that's my 10. I ain't gonna lie, because it's just so great. It was just so great. All right. And plus, look, the another thing that I really need, the art style is amazing. Like the art style is, it changes throughout the book too. So each story has a different art style, which is so cool to me. So you're not just looking at the same type of art. The last story has the best art I have seen. Now you probably think I'm glazing, but like it truly is amazing. Okay. I probably might have it on screen somewhere right here. But yeah, it's honestly just it was so good, and I can't wait till Volume 2 comes out, because if you don't know, it is a comic book, right? These come out in different comic books and all that, right? And the new one that's coming out is Cyber Squad, right? Or was it Psycho Squad? I know that's the new comic book that's coming out, and I have not got the chance to read it. And hopefully, when the Volume 2 comes out for this, I'm going to read it, and I'm definitely gonna be making a review. All right, y'all gonna see me again. All right, more maybe in a more structured way, okay? Because I don't write down any script for this. If you can't tell, I just kind of just talk and tell you about things that I like. All right, so I really do appreciate y'all listening to me ramble on and on. I hope y'all have a nice day.